What's going on, everybody? My name is Joe Mama, and I'm going to be answering questions that nobody asked, but I'm going to answer anyway. So, episode 1, why I don't buy expensive gear. Low battery, that's interesting. Well, first off, I don't have the money for expensive gear because I can't work. And 2, quality control, really. Expensive brands don't have good quality control. Now, obviously, I'm not going to say all fenders have bad quality control because FA100, inexpensive but great. Now, all my guitars are sub $200. With my Squire Bullet Mustang being $180, $190 plus tax. My FA100 being free. I got it free because it was just so my dad worked at an apartment complex as maintenance, and somebody left his guitar in the apartment, never came back for it, sat in there for like 5 months, so he brought it home to me, and this was the first guitar I learned on, so that was completely free, but if you want to buy it, it's $150, and of course my Zenny Stratocaster, which you guys all know and love, which is chilling in the corner over there, was $100, yeah, first electric guitar, very, very cheap, very, very beautiful. Now, do these guitars have the best quality control? No, not at all. But are they inexpensive to fix? Very much so. Now, let's say, for example, you have a Gibson with a angled neck headstock thing-majig, where the body, where the neck and the headstock connect, it's angled, like, kind of like this FA100 right here. Now, on Gibsons, they glue those parts together instead of making them one piece. So it's very, very, very common for a Gibson's headstock to snap right off like this, like my neck. And that's not very good because that's unfixable. Your Gibson breaks, you have to buy a brand new Gibson. And who's paying $2,000, $3,000 even, to buy a new Gibson after they just bought one and then they dropped it? Not me. That's why I get level-necked headstocks on inexpensive guitars. Wow, this makes me look like Kurt Cobain. This is kind of cool. Right-handed? How do right-handed players play? Left-handed players play. Weirdly. And, anyway. Yeah. That's not just it, though. With fenders, too, even. They're very subject to humidity. Since these are bolted down, they can shift quite a fair amount. So they can get really bowed really fast, because they're fixed so heavily into the body. Now, I haven't had a problem with my Mustang yet, but I have had a problem with my Zenny Stratocaster. It bows, and every now and then, you gotta fix it, gotta adjust the truss rod, not that hard of a job. But if anything ever goes south with my Zenny, all I gotta do, buy a new one, and it's mad cheap, and then I buy the same pickguard, which is $15. And I slap another mustache sticker on it, and I can have the same exact guitar again for the same price. And it's cheap. It'll be cheaper than repairing it. That's thinking smarter and not thinking harder. Wait, that makes no sense. That's the same thing. Anyway, yeah. So like if I were to just drop this right now and it broke, then we'd be fine. We'd buy another guitar, We're not wasting tons of money on repairs. Smart thinking right there. And then if you, let's say you want to do a mod, that mod goes south. Then you get the guitar again, and then you try the mod again. You know? Like, there's a number of things that you can save money on with cheap guitars, other than the guitar itself. It'll save you money in the long run if you ever need repairs. Now, let's take my Stratocaster again, for example. High action, lower the bridges, you know, you do that in any other guitar, but yeah, no comment on that one. Anyway, yeah, that also brings up the fact that I'd never buy a Gibson, ever, or even a PRS. First of all, PRS, nickel frets. Paul, what are you doing? Nickel frets. You know how bad of an idea that is? Was it nickel or was it stainless steel? Either way. Actually, come to think of it, I think most guitars use stainless steel as opposed to nickel. Nickel? Paul, Reed, Smith, what in the world? That's one. Two, glued down. Your guitar, you ever drop it on the head? You ever drop your guitar on the head? Neck broken. And guess what? You can't buy a new neck. Same thing with Gibson. Why am I going to buy a guitar that I can't replace the neck on if I ever need to? You feel me? Dumb idea. Whew. Yeah, just expensive guitars have really bad quality control. Okay, so like pick up like a slightly modded Squier versus a brand new Fender. Which one's going to be better? Which one's going to be better? The Squier! The Squier! You know why? Easily moddable, and once you mod it, it can be modded to your preferation. Yeah, that's the word. You mod it to your preferation, and it's you mod it to your preparations, and then you have a flawless guitar. With a Fender, you run the risk of ruining the guitar by modding it, because expensive. There's just a number of things that are so wrong with expensive guitars. Like, cheap guitars are lighter. They're lighter. You hold this Squier Bullet Mustang versus a normal Mustang. Which one's going to be lighter? The Squier. And I like light guitars. I don't like heavy guitars, which is why I'll never buy a Gibson. I hate Gibson. Gibbon. Worst guitar brand ever. That looks even more offset that way. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, that's besides the fact. Yeah, Gibbon is trash. Take your Gibson and throw it straight in the trash. Gibson, no bueno. I will never buy a Gibson. I will never own a Gibson. Or a Fender. Other than this baby. Humana. If I can find a cheap Gibson, no, not a cheap Gibson. If I can buy a cheap Fender at like a pawn shop or something for like $300, then okay, sure. But if I'm buying a brand new one, no thank you. I'm not paying $1,000 for a piece of wood with strings on it. And I know it's more than that. It's a personal connection because I am a guitarist and I play guitar. And I know that it's a personal connection with my giant hands. But it's just, why pay $1,000? Why pay $1,000? What part of it makes it $1,000? You can get this exact same guitar for $1,000. $1,000. And what? And for what? For what? For like basically anything that a Squire, or for what? Like, this exact same color comes on Stratocasters, Fender Stratocasters. What makes it more expensive? A gloss neck? A polyurethane finish? Like, what for what? I can buy polyurethane finish for $50 flat at $15 flat at Home Depot. So what's gonna make it more expensive? Electronics, this is like $100. This body takes like $20 to make if you get if you find like cheap wood at a lumber place. Like this is basswood. You know where I can get basswood? Anywhere. There's trees that exist. I can build a guitar with my bare hands and a little bit of elbow grease. That's not true. But it is for what? Maple is the most common wood. The most common wood. And for what? A fancy finish on it. You slap some Vaseline on the guitar, and magically it's $50,000 more. For what? Ugh. I might be the most annoying guitar YouTuber on YouTube, but I'm also the most angry. Anyway, in other news, Stevie T got his channel back, so I'm done with my rant. I'm gonna go watch some Stevie T and catch up on all the videos he's re-uploading that I haven't watched in like over a month. But yeah, thank you for watching, handsome men and women, handsome, and not just men and women, but the other ones. Have a good day. Yeah, have a good day. Have a good day. I mean it. Have a good day.